Hello, today is the 19th of February 2025. I'd like to brainstorm just real quick on the situation that Nissan, the motor company, the automobile manufacturing company, finds itself in. I'd like to brainstorm and just give perhaps a few ideas. Just float a few ideas out there, put them out there, share them as far as what the company can do, what the company may want to do, what the company may be able to do if it finds the fortitude, the courage to do it, finds the willpower to do it. And I got a few ideas. These may not be completely original, of course. Someone else may have thought of those before. Doesn't matter, but I'd like to share them. The first one being perhaps most bold of them all, and it is for Nissan to be reborn again as a fully electric vehicle manufacturer. Just leave behind all of the ICE technologies. Yes, they were groundbreaking and legendary at one point, but not anymore. Let's face it, most of them are now just old technology, old news, obsolete, and they're not new. ICE technology goes back many decades, perhaps almost 10 decades by now. And it's time for something new, and perhaps Nissan is in a position where it could make that bold, valiant move of being the first legacy automaker to completely abandon ICE technology and go with all electric and just completely turn its back on the internal combustion engine on every line. Yes, it may still support its lineup of vehicles, but new vehicles, I would say, make them all EVs. Yes, of course, there would need to be massive shrinkage, massive downsizing of the current company, but I believe it would, in the end, pay off, and Nissan could perhaps return to a position of power and reach and the size that it now has, and even bigger if it takes that route. Yes, it will take time and massive efforts, but it will take just the same amount, if not more, time and massive efforts to slowly keep the current pace, keep the current route direction, which is slow and grinding change. And of course, we can all see that has not worked, not for Nissan. The other idea or the other choice they may make is just to be a bit more conservative in their transition, but a lot more aggressive than they are right now. Dump about half of your ICE lineup. Make them all EVs. Make your Maximus EVs, your Ultimus EVs completely. Make your most popular EVs. People will likely embrace them largely because of their name, their history, their legacy. Make the Titan pickup an EV, and I believe that would help a whole lot. A third option, which is a bit more conservative, is to take it a bit even slower, and go with hybrid EVs or hybrid technologies. Make your most popular models have choices: ICE, hybrid, plug-in hybrid, and electric vehicles. That would be maybe a bit more conservative, but I think it would take even more capital, even more investment, even more time and effort than just dumping ICEs and going EVs straight up. But it is a very conservative and gradual change, I would believe, and many would like that, perhaps many in the Nissan leadership. Another approach is to just shrink the company as much as humanly possible and more aggressively pursue more EV models. Perhaps they don't want to turn their most popular models, such as the Maximus, Ultimus, the Versas, the Titans, Rogues, Muranos, Kicks. Nissan may not want to turn those into EVs, even though I highly recommend that. But you could turn maybe some of those, have the customers have a choice between EVs, hybrids, and ICEs. That's a more conservative approach, gradual approach. It is more or less their current course. I think Nissan was wanting to do that currently, that the sales of their vehicle lineup has not been up to par, has not been helping with the stiff competition. That's why more aggressive, more decisive changes are needed. And those are the few ideas I have. I may have some more I may want to share later on different chats, but those are a few that come to mind now. And my favorite one, of course, again, it is the most bold and aggressive and daring. It is to have a rebirth, a renaissance for Nissan, and have it be restructured to an electric vehicle company. And that would be, I think, industry shaking, because I don't think there is any legacy automaker that has taken that bold step. And Nissan has the opportunity to do something just like that, or something close to it, something similar. And we'll wait and see what the leadership comes up with. But I believe those to be, if anything, stuff to consider. So if Nissan is listening, do consider these options, and wish you the best of luck. Thanks.
Thank you for listening to this podcast. Please look for the next episode soon, and please ensure to share this with your friends and family. And please like this content and subscribe as a sign of support and for me to continue to provide this type of content to more people like you. Lastly, if you wish to support this content further, please visit the links provided in this public